sight in the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Fernando Pimentel of ThaBoxingvoice.com here with a young up-and-coming Golden Boy fighter, Nick Arce. Nick, you fought twice at Fantasy Springs. You fought once in Velasco's. You're about to fight at the LA Sports Arena in what could be the last boxing show there is. Obviously, at the LA Sports Arena, you're going to get a bigger crowd than you're used to. What is the pressure on you to put on a show?
Well, I don't really worry about the pressure. I just go with the flow, and just do what I have to do. Just go in there with a smart mindset and get the game plan done.
Now, for the people who don't know, your record right now is 3-0. You have 3 knockouts. You in your young career, though, have actually had to go through something that a lot of fighters do go through but don't really get to publicize or say anything about. You were supposed to fight once at Velasco's earlier this year. You did already fight once, but you were supposed to fight earlier that time, and your opponent wasn't able to make weight. Your fight was canceled. Your training camp pretty much, I wouldn't say went to waste, but you spent time on training camp. For a young fighter, how does that affect you?
It didn't really affect me, but I was kind of angry because of the fans. They wanted to see me in the ring at Velasco's, and the fight fell. And, I was just worried about them. They were unsatisfied. But, we're going to fight at the LA Sports Arena, and hopefully a lot of them go and enjoy this fight.
Now, that's one thing that Golden Boy does say a lot about you, is that no matter where you go, Fantasy Springs, which is about 150 miles away from Los Angeles, to even Velasco's, you bring a nice crowd. You bring about a good 250 to 500 people to the arena all the time. How is it that a young up-and-coming fighter like yourself was able to get that fanfare so quickly?
Just being myself, just always smiling, saying hi to everybody, keeping peace with everybody, and that's what people like, They like a nice, friendly person, and that's what I love about myself, and thank you to all the fans that support me because of who I am.
Now, as a young up-and-coming fighter, I've been able to see 2 of your fights, and I see how, I wouldn't say reckless, but you do get wild in there. You do like to basically go heads up with anybody, especially after they hit you. You love the feel of a hit. What makes your adrenaline? What gets your blood pumping when you get hit?
Getting hit and then giving back. I like giving back. Okay, you hit me once. Okay, I'm going to hit you with 2 or 3 of my shots, and hopefully they land.
Now, for the people who don't know, again, you're going to be fighting at the sports arena. You're going to be bringing another big crowd. What are your expectations that night?
Just to come out with the victory, go in there with my game plan. Don't worry about nothing else and just executing the game plan and just going in there and getting the victory.
Now, for the fans to get to know a little bit more about you, what fighters, when you were young, well, obviously you're young right now, but when you were younger, getting into this game of boxing, what fighters inspired you? What fighters molded you? What fighters did you say, okay, I want to be like him, or you take styles away from?
Well, as a young amateur fighter, I did a lot of research on YouTube and stuff, watching, people that moved around the ring, that fought smart, and that's what I like. That's why I like studying and getting points from them, and just learning, just taking in stuff that I could use in the ring when I'm in there.
Name any of those fighters. Which fighters?
Of course, the man, our boss man, De La Hoya, of course, a smart fighter. Trinidad, and then Cotto. A lot of people that moved around the ring and used their minds to execute the game plan.
Since you just brought up Oscar, one of the big things that have come up in the news as of late is that he said that he wanted to make a comeback. Do you think somebody as Oscar, 42 years old, been out of the ring for almost 7 years, actually, yeah, almost 7 years, do you think he can make somewhat of a successful comeback?
To be honest with you, I think he can, because he stayed in shape. He's not that old. He's only 42. Look at Hopkins. He fought at a late age. And he's a smart guy. So I'm sure if he makes a comeback, he could be successful in the ring.
Now, where can the fans get to know more about you, follow you on Twitter, Facebook, and just get to know more about you and pretty much jump on your wagon as you rise up in the ranks?
Well, my Instagram is Real Nick Arce. My Twitter is hashtag Team Arce, and on my Facebook is Nick Arce. Thank you guys for the support.
Well, thank you for your time, Nick. We'll see you guys July 11th at the LA Sports Arena in this fight. Fernando Pimentel of ThaBoxingvoice.com. We'll see you at the fights.